The morning sun cast long shadows across the manicured lawns of Clarence's house as Queen Camilla prepared for what seemed like an ordinary family gathering. The spring air carried the sweet scent of blooming roses, and the peaceful atmosphere suggested nothing more than a quiet day with her step-grandchildren. Prince George, now 11 years old, bounded across the garden with the carefree energy that only children possess, his laughter echoing off the stone walls of the historic residence. Sarah Mitchell had been working as a palace security guard for 7 years, and in that time, she had developed an almost supernatural sense for detecting potential threats. Her colleagues often joked that she could spot danger from a mile away, but Sarah knew that her vigilance came from years of intensive training and an unwavering commitment to protecting the royal family. On this particular morning, she was assigned to the perimeter security detail, a routine posting that typically involved monitoring the gardens and ensuring that the family could enjoy their private time without interruption. The day had started like any other. Sarah had arrived at her post before dawn, conducting her usual sweep of the grounds and checking all security protocols. The morning briefing had been straightforward. The Queen Consort would be hosting an informal gathering for the Cambridge children, with Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis expected to arrive around 10 o'clock. The Prince and Princess of Wales would be attending a charity function in London, leaving their children in the capable hands of their step-grandmother. As Sarah patrolled the eastern boundary of the garden, she noticed several staff members setting up a small refreshment area near the rose garden. Palace Catering had prepared an elaborate spread of sandwiches, pastries, and various beverages for the children and their grandmother. Everything appeared normal, from the pristine white tablecloth to the delicate china cups arranged with military precision. The head butler, James Richardson, supervised the preparations with his usual attention to detail, ensuring that every element met the exacting standards expected at a royal residence. Queen Camilla emerged from the house wearing a flowing floral dress and a warm smile that immediately brightened the entire garden. She moved with the graceful confidence that had become her hallmark since joining the royal family, greeting each staff member with genuine warmth and appreciation. Her relationship with her step-grandchildren had blossomed over the years, transforming from polite formality to genuine affection and mutual respect. Prince George arrived first, practically vibrating with excitement as he ran straight to his step-grandmother's arms. His school uniform had been replaced with casual clothes, dark jeans and a polo shirt that bore the insignia of his favorite football team. His face was flushed with the joy of unexpected freedom from his usual structured schedule, and his eyes sparkled with the promise of adventure that only a day in the palace gardens could provide. "Grandmama!" he called out, using the affectionate term that had developed naturally over their time together. Queen Camilla enveloped him in a warm embrace, remarking on how much he had grown since their last meeting. The genuine affection between them was evident to everyone present, a heartwarming display of family bonds that transcended the formal protocols usually associated with royal gatherings. Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis arrived shortly afterward, their energy immediately transforming the peaceful garden into a playground of royal proportions. Charlotte, with her characteristic confidence and poise, immediately began organizing games for her brothers, while young Louis toddled about with the determined exploration that defined his personality. The children's security detail maintained a respectful distance, allowing the family to enjoy their time together while remaining vigilant for any potential concerns. Sarah continued her patrol, her trained eyes constantly scanning the surroundings, while her earpiece kept her connected to the Central Security Command. The morning air was filled with the sounds of children's laughter and Queen Camilla's encouraging voice as she participated in their games. Everything seemed perfectly normal, yet Sarah's years of experience had taught her that danger could emerge from the most unexpected sources. The refreshment table drew the children's attention as the morning progressed. Palace staff had prepared an array of treats specifically chosen to appeal to young tastes. Finger sandwiches with various fillings, colorful cupcakes decorated with edible flowers, and fresh fruit arranged in appealing patterns. The beverage selection included fresh fruit juices, sparkling water with natural flavors, and traditional English tea served in child-sized cups that made the young princes and princess feel appropriately grown up. Queen Camilla moved with practiced ease among her step-grandchildren, engaging each one in conversations that demonstrated her growing understanding of their individual personalities and interests. She asked George about his recent school projects, complimented Charlotte on her latest artwork, and patiently helped Louis navigate the challenges of managing his enthusiasm while maintaining appropriate royal behavior. The scene represented everything positive about modern royal family dynamics: genuine affection, mutual respect, and the careful balance between formal expectations and authentic emotional connections. As the morning progressed, Sarah noticed subtle changes in the garden atmosphere that her training had taught her to recognize. The wind had shifted slightly, carrying different scents from various parts of the grounds. A few staff members moved through the area with purposeful efficiency, their movements coordinated but not overtly obvious to casual observers. These details might have seemed insignificant to untrained eyes, but to Sarah, they represented the complex choreography of royal security that operated continuously behind the scenes. The children gravitated toward the refreshment table with increasing frequency, their morning activities having worked up healthy appetites. Queen Camilla encouraged their enthusiasm while gently reminding them of proper manners and the importance of appreciating the care that palace staff had invested in preparing their treats. Her approach balanced warmth with structure, helping her step-grandchildren understand that privilege came with responsibilities and that showing gratitude was always appropriate. James Richardson, the head butler, maintained his professional supervision of the refreshment service while coordinating with other staff members to ensure that everything proceeded smoothly. His decades of experience in royal service had taught him to anticipate needs before they were expressed and to maintain the highest standards of presentation and service regardless of the informal nature of any gathering. His attention to detail extended beyond mere aesthetics to encompass practical considerations of safety, nutrition, and age-appropriate offerings. Sarah's radio crackled softly with routine communications from other security personnel stationed throughout the property. The morning reports were uniformly positive. No unusual activities detected, no unauthorized personnel observed, no environmental concerns identified. The security protocols were functioning exactly as designed, creating an invisible protective barrier that allowed the royal family to enjoy their private time without constant awareness of potential threats. The garden setting provided an ideal backdrop for the family gathering, with its combination of open spaces for active play and quieter areas suitable for conversation and reflection. Ancient trees provided natural shade and visual boundaries, while carefully maintained flower beds added color and fragrance to the environment. The overall effect created a sense of peaceful sanctuary that seemed far removed from the pressures and responsibilities of royal public life. Prince George demonstrated his growing maturity by helping his younger siblings navigate various activities and by showing genuine interest in his step-grandmother's stories about the palace gardens and their historical significance. His questions revealed an intelligent curiosity about royal traditions and family history, suggesting that his parents' efforts to provide him with age-appropriate understanding of his future role were bearing fruit. Queen Camilla responded to his inquiries with patience and enthusiasm, clearly enjoying the opportunity to share her knowledge and experience. The morning sun climbed higher, casting shorter shadows and intensifying the colors of the garden setting. Staff members moved discreetly to adjust umbrellas and ensure that the refreshment table remained properly shaded, while Sarah continued her methodical patrol of the perimeter. Her professional instincts remained fully engaged despite the peaceful atmosphere, a testament to the rigorous training that prepared royal protection officers for any eventuality. As the children explored various areas of the garden, their natural curiosity led them to investigate flowers, chase butterflies, and engage in impromptu games that showcased their individual personalities. Charlotte's leadership qualities emerged as she organized activities for her brothers, while George's thoughtful nature became evident in his careful observation of his surroundings and his considerate treatment of both siblings and adults. Louis, despite his young age, demonstrated remarkable determination and enthusiasm in everything he attempted. Queen Camilla moved gracefully among the children, participating in their activities while maintaining the careful balance of supervision and freedom that characterized effective royal childcare. Her approach reflected years of experience with her own children and grandchildren, combined with the specific considerations required when caring for future monarchs. The genuine affection she showed for each child was unmistakable, creating an atmosphere of security and warmth that allowed their natural personalities to flourish. The palace grounds stretched beyond the immediate garden area, encompassing acres of carefully maintained landscapes that provided both beauty and security for the royal residents. Sarah's patrol route took her along pathways that offered comprehensive views of all approaches to the family gathering area, while sophisticated security systems provided additional layers of protection that remained invisible to casual observation. The coordination between human personnel and technological resources created a security environment that was both comprehensive and unobtrusive. The refreshment table continued to attract attention throughout the morning, with palace staff maintaining perfect presentation despite the children's enthusiastic sampling of available treats. The careful selection of foods reflected both nutritional considerations and the necessity of accommodating young tastes while maintaining the standards of excellence expected in royal settings. Every element, from the temperature of beverages to the artistic arrangement of fruit, demonstrated the attention to detail that characterized all aspects of royal household management. As the morning progressed toward midday, the garden atmosphere remained peaceful and joyful, with no indication of the dramatic events that would soon unfold. Sarah's vigilance never wavered, her professional instincts continuing to scan for any anomalies or potential concerns that might threaten the safety of the royal family. The perfect spring morning seemed designed for exactly this type of family gathering, with ideal weather and a setting that embodied the best traditions of royal hospitality and family connection. The stage was set for what appeared to be a completely ordinary family gathering, but Sarah's years of experience had taught her that extraordinary challenges could emerge from the most mundane circumstances. The midday sun reached its peak as the royal gathering continued in the palace gardens, but Sarah Mitchell's trained instincts began detecting subtle irregularities that set her professional alarm bells ringing. Years of security experience had taught her that the most dangerous threats often emerged from seemingly innocent situations, disguised within the normal flow of daily activities. What started as routine observations gradually coalesced into a pattern that demanded immediate attention and careful investigation. Her first concern arose from observing the catering staff's behavior around the refreshment table. While most personnel moved with the practiced efficiency expected in royal service, one particular staff member seemed unusually nervous, frequently checking his watch and glancing toward the main house with apparent anxiety. Marcus Webb had been employed by the palace catering service for only 3 months, having come highly recommended from a prestigious London hotel. But his demeanor this morning struck Sarah as inconsistent with the calm professionalism typically displayed by royal household staff. Marcus had arrived earlier than necessary for his assigned duties, claiming he wanted to ensure perfect preparation for the royal children's visit. His supervisor, Chef Patricia Hamilton, had praised his dedication and attention to detail during his brief employment, noting his exceptional skills in food presentation and his apparent understanding of the high standards required in royal service. However, Sarah's observational training focused on behavioral patterns rather than professional competence, and something about Marcus's current conduct triggered her protective instincts. The security guard positioned herself strategically to maintain visual contact with both the refreshment area and the children's activities, using her radio to conduct discreet inquiries about staff background checks and morning security protocols. Her communication remained professional and routine, avoiding any indication of specific concerns that might cause unnecessary alarm among other personnel. The art of effective security work often involved investigating potential threats while maintaining normal operations, ensuring that legitimate activities could continue uninterrupted unless genuine danger materialized. Queen Camilla noticed Sarah's increased vigilance and approached with the diplomatic grace that characterized her public interactions. Her years as a senior royal had developed her sensitivity to security considerations, and she understood the delicate balance between enjoying family time and maintaining appropriate caution. Their brief conversation appeared casual to outside observers, but it established clear communication channels between the protected individual and her security detail, demonstrating the cooperation essential for effective royal protection. Prince George, meanwhile, had become fascinated by the elaborate refreshment display, particularly a selection of colorful fruit juices arranged in crystal glasses that caught and reflected the garden sunlight. His natural curiosity about adult beverages reflected his growing maturity and his desire to participate in sophisticated activities appropriate to his royal status. The various drinks included traditional offerings like orange juice and apple juice, alongside more exotic options such as passion fruit blend and elderflower cordial, that represented the palace kitchen's commitment to providing unique experiences for royal family members. Sarah's radio communication with Central Security revealed that Marcus Webb's background check had been thorough and successful, with no red flags identified during the standard vetting process. His previous employment history showed consistent performance in high-pressure hospitality environments, and his references had provided glowing recommendations about both his professional skills and personal character. However, security protocols demanded ongoing vigilance regardless of initial clearances, recognizing that circumstances could change and that threats might emerge from unexpected sources. The children's morning activities had generated healthy appetites and natural thirst, making the refreshment table an increasingly attractive destination. Princess Charlotte displayed her characteristic leadership by organizing her brother's approach to the treats, ensuring that proper manners were maintained while allowing for age-appropriate enthusiasm. Her careful attention to royal protocols, even in informal family settings, demonstrated the effectiveness of her parents' efforts to provide appropriate guidance about public behavior and personal responsibility. Marcus Webb continued his duties around the refreshment table, but Sarah noticed subtle signs of increasing nervousness that concerned her professional instincts. His hands trembled slightly as he adjusted serving utensils, and his frequent glances toward the main house suggested either anticipation of instructions or anxiety about some unknown factor. These observations might have been attributed to normal performance pressure given the importance of serving royal family members, but Sarah's training emphasized the importance of investigating any behavioral anomalies that might indicate potential security risks. The palace gardens provided an ideal setting for family gatherings, but they also presented unique security challenges due to their size and complexity. Multiple access points, numerous staff members, and the informal nature of family activities created an environment where threats might develop gradually rather than appearing as obvious intrusions. Sarah's patrol route was carefully designed to provide comprehensive coverage while remaining unobtrusive, but the morning's observations suggested that more focused attention might be necessary. Queen Camilla's interaction with her step-grandchildren reflected her growing confidence in her role as a senior royal family member, demonstrating genuine affection while maintaining appropriate boundaries and expectations. Her conversations with each child showed her understanding of their individual personalities and interests, creating an atmosphere of warmth and security that allowed them to enjoy their visit fully. The success of these family relationships had significant implications for royal family unity and public perception, making their protection a matter of both personal and institutional importance. The refreshment selection had been planned to accommodate various preferences and dietary considerations, with options ranging from simple fruit juices to more sophisticated beverages that might appeal to developing tastes. Each drink was served in appropriate glassware and maintained at optimal temperatures, reflecting the palace kitchen's commitment to excellence in all aspects of hospitality. The presentation was both visually appealing and practically functional, designed to encourage the children's participation while maintaining the standards expected in royal settings. Sarah's ongoing observations of Marcus Webb revealed additional concerning details that strengthened her growing suspicions about his behavior. His preparation techniques, while professionally executed, included steps that seemed unnecessary for the simple refreshment service planned for the morning. His frequent consultation of notes or instructions suggested either inexperience with standard procedures or reliance on specific directions that differed from normal protocols. These observations, combined with his obvious nervousness, created a pattern that demanded closer investigation. The security communication network buzzed with routine updates from various personnel stationed throughout the palace grounds, but Sarah's reports began including subtle requests for additional information about catering staff assignments and background verification procedures. Her inquiries remained within normal operational parameters, avoiding any indication of specific concerns that might trigger premature alarm responses. Effective security work often required patient investigation and careful verification before taking decisive action. Prince George's attention focused increasingly on a particular glass containing what appeared to be a special fruit juice blend, its deep red color and attractive presentation making it stand out among the other available options. The drink had been positioned prominently on the refreshment table, suggesting either special significance or simply aesthetic considerations in the overall display arrangement. Sarah's observations noted the child's growing interest while simultaneously monitoring Marcus Webb's reactions to various aspects of the refreshment service. The morning's peaceful atmosphere continued despite Sarah's growing concerns, with the children's activities providing a joyful backdrop to the gathering. Their laughter and enthusiastic conversation created exactly the type of family environment that Queen Camilla had hoped to foster. demonstrating the success of her efforts to build meaningful relationships with her step-grandchildren. The genuine affection visible between all family members represented positive developments in royal family dynamics that had significant implications for future public engagements and family unity. Palace security protocols included multiple layers of protection designed to address various types of potential threats, from obvious intrusions to subtle dangers that might develop within normal operational activities. Sarah's training encompassed recognition of behavioral patterns, environmental changes, and procedural anomalies that might indicate security risks requiring immediate attention. Her morning observations had identified several factors that, while individually minor, collectively suggested the possibility of a developing situation that demanded careful monitoring and potential intervention. The refreshment table's elaborate presentation reflected hours of careful preparation by palace catering staff, with each element designed to provide both nutritional value and visual appeal appropriate for young royal family members. The various beverages represented a balance between familiar choices and opportunities for expanding the children's experiences with different flavors and presentations. The overall effect created an inviting display that encouraged participation while maintaining the quality standards expected in all aspects of royal hospitality. Marcus Webb's continued nervousness became more pronounced as the morning progressed, with physical symptoms that included perspiration, despite the comfortable weather and visible tension in his posture and movements. His professional competence remained evident in his technical execution of catering duties, but his emotional state suggested stress levels that exceeded normal performance anxiety. Sarah's security assessment protocols required consideration of multiple explanatory factors, but the combination of behavioral indicators warranted enhanced vigilance and preparation for potential intervention. The children's natural curiosity about their surroundings extended beyond the refreshment offerings to include exploration of garden features, interaction with outdoor wildlife, and enthusiastic participation in impromptu games that showcased their individual personalities. Queen Camilla's encouragement of these activities demonstrated her understanding of child development principles and her commitment to providing experiences that balanced structure with spontaneous enjoyment. The success of these interactions had implications beyond immediate entertainment, contributing to long-term relationship building within the royal family structure. As the morning reached its midpoint, Sarah's accumulating observations created an increasingly clear picture of potential concern that required careful evaluation and possible action. Her professional experience indicated that the most effective security responses often involved preventing problems before they materialized, rather than reacting to crises after they developed. The challenge lay in distinguishing between legitimate concerns and normal variations in human behavior, ensuring that appropriate caution was exercised without creating unnecessary disruption to family activities. The stage was set for a critical decision point that would test Sarah's professional judgment and potentially determine the outcome of what had begun as an ordinary family gathering. Sarah Mitchell's growing unease crystallized into acute concern when she noticed Marcus Webb making subtle adjustments to the refreshment table that seemed to have no obvious purpose beyond repositioning certain items closer to where the children typically gathered. Her years of security training had taught her to recognize the difference between normal service activities and actions that might serve ulterior motives, and Marcus's behavior increasingly fell into the latter category. The security officer's position allowed her to observe these activities while maintaining her patrol responsibilities, but the pattern of observations demanded more direct investigation. The pivotal moment arrived when Sarah witnessed Marcus carefully moving a specific glass containing dark red juice to a more prominent position on the refreshment table, ensuring that its attractive presentation would naturally draw Prince George's attention. The beverage appeared identical to other fruit juice offerings, but Marcus's particular focus on its placement struck Sarah as inconsistent with random service protocols. His nervous glances toward the approaching children suggested awareness of their movements and potential timing considerations that exceeded normal staff responsibilities. Sarah's radio communication with Central Command became more urgent as she requested immediate background verification for all catering personnel present on the grounds. Her inquiries remained professional and discreet, but the underlying tone conveyed the necessity for rapid response and comprehensive information gathering. The security protocols for royal protection included provisions for escalating concerns quickly when circumstances suggested potential threats to family members, particularly when children were involved. The response from Central Security provided disturbing information that transformed Sarah's suspicions into confirmed concerns requiring immediate action. Marcus Webb's employment with the Palace Catering Service had been obtained through forged references and manipulated background checks that had somehow passed initial screening procedures. More alarmingly, intelligence indicated possible connections to individuals with documented grievances against the royal family, suggesting that his presence at the gathering might not be coincidental. Queen Camilla, observing Sarah's increased alertness, positioned herself strategically between the children and the refreshment table, while maintaining the appearance of normal family interaction. Her experience as a senior royal had taught her to recognize security concerns and respond appropriately without creating panic or disrupting family activities unnecessarily. The coordination between protected individuals and security personnel represented a crucial element of effective royal protection that often operated through subtle communication and shared situational awareness. Prince George, unaware of the developing security situation, continued his exploration of the garden refreshments with natural childhood curiosity. His particular interest in the prominently displayed red juice reflected both normal beverage preferences and the successful psychological positioning that Marcus had employed to direct attention toward that specific drink. The innocent nature of the child's interest contrasted sharply with the potentially sinister implications of the beverage's special treatment and placement. Sarah's immediate priority involved confirming her suspicions about the specific drink that had received Marcus's unusual attention while simultaneously coordinating with other security personnel to address the broader threat assessment. Her training emphasized the importance of gathering definitive evidence before taking action that might prove unnecessary, but the circumstances suggested that caution favored immediate intervention rather than extended investigation. The balance between thoroughness and urgency represented one of the most challenging aspects of royal protection work. The security officer's approach to the refreshment table appeared casual to outside observers, but her movements were calculated to allow discreet examination of the suspicious beverage without alerting Marcus to her specific concerns. Her training included techniques for identifying potentially dangerous substances through visual inspection, odor detection, and behavioral observation of individuals who might have introduced harmful materials into food or drink offerings. The investigation required extreme care to avoid contamination or accidental exposure while gathering necessary information. Marcus Webb's reaction to Sarah's proximity confirmed her worst suspicions about his intentions and the nature of the threat he represented. His visible anxiety increased dramatically when she approached the refreshment area, and his attempts to deflect her attention through casual conversation revealed both guilt and desperate awareness that his plan was being discovered. The psychological pressure of operating under security scrutiny while attempting to maintain his cover story created stress levels that made deception increasingly difficult to sustain. The discovery of a small, unmarked vial in Marcus's jacket pocket during a discreet security search provided concrete evidence of his malicious intentions and the specific nature of the threat to Prince George's safety. Laboratory analysis would later confirm that the vial contained a dangerous substance that could cause serious harm or death if ingested, particularly by a child of Prince George's age and size. The revelation transformed the morning's security concerns from potential threat assessment to active criminal investigation requiring immediate law enforcement intervention. Sarah's training for handling contaminated substances proved crucial as she worked to secure the suspicious beverage and prevent any possibility of accidental exposure to family members or other staff personnel. Her actions required careful coordination with hazardous materials protocols while maintaining operational security to prevent panic or confusion among individuals not directly involved in the security response. The technical complexity of managing chemical threats in public settings demanded specialized knowledge and equipment that had been incorporated into royal protection training programs. Queen Camilla's calm management of the situation demonstrated her understanding of crisis response principles and her commitment to protecting her step-grandchildren without traumatizing them through obvious alarm or dramatic security measures. Her ability to redirect the children's attention away from the refreshment area while maintaining normal conversation and activities required remarkable composure and situational awareness. The success of her intervention illustrated the importance of training senior royals in security cooperation procedures. The immediate evacuation of the refreshment area proceeded according to established security protocols, with palace staff redirected to alternative locations while specialized personnel secured potential evidence and assessed contamination risks. Marcus Webb was taken into custody by plainclothes security officers who had arrived quickly but discreetly following Sarah's alert, ensuring that his removal from the scene appeared routine to casual observers. The coordination between various security elements demonstrated the effectiveness of comprehensive protection planning. Prince George's natural curiosity about the sudden changes in adult behavior required careful management to prevent anxiety while ensuring his complete safety. Queen Camilla's explanation that some refreshments needed to be replaced due to quality concerns satisfied his immediate questions while avoiding details that might create lasting fears about food safety or security threats. The psychological care of children during security incidents represented a specialized aspect of royal protection that required training in child development as well as security procedures. The investigation of Marcus Webb's background revealed a complex conspiracy involving multiple individuals with various grievances against the royal family, suggesting that the morning's threat represented part of a larger coordinated effort requiring comprehensive law enforcement response. His recruitment through false identity documents indicated sophisticated planning and resources that exceeded simple individual malice, transforming the incident from isolated criminal activity to potential domestic terrorism requiring national security attention. Sarah's rapid identification and response to the developing threat prevented what could have been a catastrophic tragedy, with implications extending far beyond immediate family members to include constitutional stability and national security concerns. Her professional competence under extreme pressure demonstrated the value of rigorous security training and the importance of maintaining vigilance even during apparently routine family activities. The success of her intervention would later be recognized through official commendations and policy reviews. The medical evaluation of the discovered substance revealed that ingestion of even small amounts could have caused severe poisoning symptoms, leading to hospitalization and potential long-term health consequences. The targeted nature of the threat, specifically designed to appeal to a child's preferences and positioned to ensure consumption by Prince George specifically, indicated detailed planning and intimate knowledge of royal family routines and preferences. The sophistication of the attack plan suggested professional criminal involvement rather than amateur malice. Emergency medical personnel arrived discreetly to assess potential exposure risks and provide immediate treatment capabilities if needed, while specialized chemical analysis equipment was deployed to ensure complete elimination of contamination threats. The medical response protocols for royal protection included provisions for addressing various types of poisoning attempts, reflecting the unfortunate reality that such threats represented ongoing security concerns requiring constant vigilance and preparation. The aftermath of the incident required careful coordination between security services, law enforcement agencies, and palace communications specialists to manage information flow and prevent public panic while ensuring appropriate accountability for the security breach. The investigation scope expanded to include comprehensive review of hiring practices, background check procedures, and ongoing monitoring systems designed to prevent similar infiltration attempts. The incident's implications for royal protection protocols would influence security policies for years to come. Queen Camilla's debriefing with security officials provided valuable insights into civilian observations and family dynamics that complemented professional security assessments, contributing to a comprehensive understanding of how the threat had developed and how similar situations might be prevented in the future. Her cooperation with investigation procedures while maintaining appropriate concern for family privacy demonstrated the delicate balance required in royal security matters involving criminal activity. The children's continued safety and psychological well-being became primary concerns as security officials worked to ensure that the incident's resolution provided closure without creating lasting anxiety about family gatherings or food safety. Age-appropriate explanations and reassurance from trusted family members helped minimize trauma while maintaining honest communication about the importance of safety awareness. The successful management of their emotional needs represented a crucial aspect of the overall security response. The investigation continued beyond the immediate threat resolution, focusing on identifying other potential conspirators and preventing future attempts against royal family members through enhanced security measures and improved threat assessment procedures. The incident served as a valuable case study for security training programs and policy development, contributing to ongoing efforts to protect royal family members while maintaining their ability to engage in normal family activities and public duties. The moment Sarah Mitchell confirmed the presence of dangerous substances in Marcus Webb's possession, the entire palace security apparatus shifted into crisis response mode, with the precision and coordination that years of training and preparation had developed. Her radio communication triggered immediate activation of emergency protocols that had been designed specifically for threats against royal family members, particularly those involving potential poisoning attempts against children. The response demonstrated the sophisticated security infrastructure that operated continuously behind the scenes of royal family life. Detective Inspector Rachel Thompson arrived within minutes of Sarah's alert, her specialized unit having been positioned strategically throughout London to provide rapid response capabilities for royal security incidents. Her team's expertise in investigating threats against high-profile individuals and handling evidence related to potential poisoning attempts made them the ideal resource for managing the crisis. The speed and professionalism of their deployment illustrated the comprehensive planning that supported royal protection efforts. Marcus Webb's interrogation revealed disturbing details about the conspiracy that had placed him within palace catering services and provided him with access to royal family gatherings. His recruitment had involved sophisticated social engineering techniques and financial incentives that exploited personal vulnerabilities, while providing extensive training in maintaining cover identities under pressure. The level of preparation and resources invested in his placement suggested organizational capabilities that exceeded individual criminal activity and approached domestic terrorism in scope and potential impact. The chemical analysis of the tampered beverage confirmed Sarah's worst fears about the nature of the threat against Prince George. The substance identified was a rare compound that would have caused rapid onset of severe symptoms leading to organ failure and potentially death within hours of consumption. The specific targeting of a child victim and the calculated method of delivery indicated detailed knowledge of royal family routines and preferences that suggested inside information or extensive surveillance activities. Queen Camilla's management of the children during the crisis response demonstrated her remarkable composure under extreme pressure and her understanding of the psychological principles involved in protecting young people from trauma during security incidents. Her ability to maintain normal conversation and activities while coordinating with security personnel required exceptional emotional control and situational awareness. The children remained unaware of the specific danger they had faced, a testament to the effectiveness of professional crisis management techniques. Palace medical staff conducted immediate health assessments of all individuals who had been present in the garden area, ensuring that no accidental exposure to dangerous substances had occurred during the morning's activities. The medical protocols included comprehensive testing procedures and preventive treatment options that reflected the palace's preparation for various types of potential health threats. The thoroughness of the medical response provided reassurance to family members and security personnel while establishing baseline health data for future reference. The investigation of Marcus Webb's background revealed connections to a network of individuals with various grievances against the royal family, ranging from political opposition to personal resentment stemming from perceived social inequities. The diversity of motivations within the conspiracy suggested recruitment strategies that exploited multiple sources of dissatisfaction while coordinating activities toward common objectives of disrupting royal family functioning and potentially causing serious harm to individual members. Sarah's detailed incident report provided crucial information for understanding how the threat had developed and what factors had enabled her successful intervention. Her observations about behavioral anomalies and procedural irregularities became valuable training material for other security personnel, while her decision-making process under pressure illustrated the effectiveness of comprehensive security education and experience. The documentation of her actions contributed to ongoing efforts to improve royal protection protocols. The forensic investigation of the refreshment table and surrounding area yielded additional evidence about the sophistication of the poisoning attempt and the specific methods used to introduce dangerous substances into the beverage service. The technical analysis revealed that the contamination had been carefully calculated to ensure maximum effectiveness while avoiding detection through normal food safety procedures. The level of chemical knowledge required for the preparation suggested professional criminal involvement or extensive research and preparation. Prince George's natural resilience and the protective atmosphere maintained by his family helped ensure that the incident's psychological impact remained minimal, despite its serious nature. Child psychology experts consulted during the aftermath emphasized the importance of maintaining normal routines and providing honest but age-appropriate information about safety considerations. The successful management of his emotional well-being became a model for handling similar situations involving young royal family members. The security review prompted by the incident identified several areas where existing protocols could be strengthened to prevent similar infiltration attempts and improve early detection of potential threats. The recommendations included enhanced background verification procedures, ongoing monitoring of staff behavior patterns, and improved coordination between security personnel and other palace employees. The comprehensive nature of the review reflected the serious commitment to learning from security incidents and preventing their recurrence. The broader investigation revealed that Marcus Webb's conspiracy extended beyond the immediate poisoning attempt to include plans for additional attacks against various royal family members using different methods and targeting different occasions. The discovery of these additional plots required extensive coordination between multiple law enforcement agencies and international security services to identify and apprehend all individuals involved in the conspiracy. The scope of the investigation demonstrated the global nature of threats against the British royal family. Queen Camilla's debrief with senior security officials provided valuable insights into the family dynamics and routine activities that might create vulnerability to future attack attempts, while identifying potential improvements in security awareness and family protection procedures. Her observations about staff behavior and environmental factors contributed to a comprehensive understanding of how threats might develop within normal operational activities. The cooperation between protected individuals and security professionals represented a crucial element of effective royal protection. The media management aspects of the incident required careful coordination between palace communications specialists and law enforcement agencies to provide appropriate public information while protecting operational security and family privacy. The balance between transparency and security considerations involved complex decision-making about what details could be shared publicly without compromising ongoing investigations or future protection efforts. The successful management of public communications prevented panic while maintaining public confidence in royal security measures. The psychological evaluation of Marcus Webb revealed personal motivations and external influences that had contributed to his willingness to participate in potentially lethal attacks against child members of the royal family. The assessment provided valuable information about recruitment techniques used by anti-royal conspiracies, while identifying psychological profiles that might indicate susceptibility to similar recruitment efforts. The findings contributed to ongoing efforts to identify and prevent radicalization processes that might threaten royal security. The children's continued participation in normal family activities and public engagements demonstrated the effectiveness of security measures in maintaining royal family functioning despite serious threats to their safety. Their resilience and adaptability illustrated the success of family support systems and professional security coordination in protecting both physical safety and emotional well-being. The ability to continue normal activities while implementing enhanced security measures represented a significant achievement in royal protection philosophy. The international implications of the poisoning attempt required coordination with allied security services and diplomatic channels to ensure comprehensive response to transnational threat networks that might target royal family members during overseas visits or international events. The sharing of intelligence and investigative findings contributed to global efforts to combat terrorism and organized crime, while strengthening relationships between security agencies responsible for protecting high-profile individuals. The training improvements implemented following the incident included enhanced education about chemical threats and improved coordination between security personnel and support staff responsible for food service and event management. The updated protocols emphasized early recognition of behavioral anomalies and procedural irregularities that might indicate developing threats requiring immediate investigation. The comprehensive nature of the training updates reflected lessons learned from successful threat prevention. The legal proceedings against Marcus Webb and his co-conspirators required careful coordination between prosecution teams and security agencies to ensure that justice was served while protecting sensitive information about royal protection methods and capabilities. The court cases provided public accountability for the crimes, while demonstrating the effectiveness of British law enforcement in protecting royal family members. The successful prosecutions contributed to deterrent effects against similar future attempts. Palace staff counseling and support services addressed the psychological impact of discovering that criminal infiltration had occurred within their workplace, providing resources for processing the emotional stress of working in a potentially dangerous environment. The comprehensive support programs demonstrated institutional commitment to employee well-being while maintaining operational effectiveness and security awareness. The success of these programs contributed to continued staff loyalty and vigilance in protecting royal family members. The incident's resolution strengthened relationships between various security agencies and established improved protocols for information sharing and coordinated response to complex threats against royal family members. The lessons learned contributed to ongoing development of security policies and procedures designed to address evolving threat environments while maintaining the royal family's ability to fulfill their constitutional and ceremonial responsibilities. The collaborative approach to security challenges demonstrated the effectiveness of comprehensive protection strategies. 6 months after the thwarted poisoning attempt, Sarah Mitchell found herself reflecting on the incident's profound implications during a routine security briefing at Buckingham Palace. The events of that spring morning had fundamentally changed royal protection protocols and strengthened the resolve of everyone involved in safeguarding the royal family. Her successful intervention had prevented not only a potential tragedy, but also a constitutional crisis that could have shaken the monarchy to its foundations. The ripple effects continued to influence security policies, staff training programs, and family protection strategies throughout the royal household system. The investigation's completion had revealed the full scope of the conspiracy against the royal family, with Marcus Webb serving as just one component of a sophisticated network that had been planning multiple coordinated attacks over several months. The prosecution of 12 individuals involved in various aspects of the plot demonstrated the serious nature of contemporary threats against the monarchy, while showcasing the effectiveness of British law enforcement and security services in protecting constitutional institutions. The successful prevention and prosecution of these crimes served as both justice and deterrent for future potential threats. Prince George, now 12 years old and increasingly aware of his future responsibilities as king, had processed the incident with remarkable maturity and resilience. His parents, the Prince and Princess of Wales, had worked carefully with child psychology experts to ensure that knowledge of the danger he had faced contributed to appropriate security awareness without creating excessive anxiety or restricting his normal development. The balance between protection and normal childhood experiences represented an ongoing challenge that the royal family navigated with professional guidance and careful consideration of long-term implications. Queen Camilla's role during the crisis had strengthened her relationships within the royal family and enhanced her reputation among security professionals as a reliable partner in protection efforts. Her calm leadership during the emergency response and her thoughtful cooperation with investigation procedures had demonstrated the maturity and competence that characterized her approach to royal responsibilities. The successful management of such a serious threat to her step-grandson had deepened the bonds of trust and affection within the family, while proving her commitment to their safety and well-being. The security enhancements implemented following the incident included comprehensive reviews of all personnel with access to royal family members, improved background verification procedures, and enhanced ongoing monitoring systems designed to detect behavioral changes or potential security risks. The technological improvements complemented human intelligence and observation capabilities, creating multiple layers of protection that addressed various types of potential threats. The investment in security upgrades reflected both institutional learning from the incident and commitment to preventing similar future attempts. Sarah's recognition for her life-saving intervention included formal commendations from multiple agencies and promotion to senior security positions with expanded responsibilities for royal family protection. Her expertise in threat recognition and crisis response became valuable training resources for other security personnel, while her experience provided insights into improving detection capabilities and response protocols. The professional advancement opportunities resulting from her exemplary service demonstrated institutional appreciation for exceptional performance under extreme pressure. The broader implications of the incident influenced international cooperation in protecting royal families and heads of state, with British security services sharing lessons learned and improved protocols with allied nations facing similar challenges. The collaborative approach to addressing sophisticated threat networks strengthened relationships between security agencies while contributing to global efforts to combat terrorism and organized crime, targeting high-profile individuals. The international dimension of the case highlighted the transnational nature of contemporary security challenges. Palace staff members who had worked alongside Marcus Webb during his infiltration period received counseling and support to process the emotional impact of discovering that a trusted colleague had been planning harm against the royal family. The comprehensive support programs addressed both psychological trauma and security awareness education, helping employees understand their role in maintaining protective environments while processing their feelings about the betrayal of trust. The successful management of staff concerns contributed to continued loyalty and vigilance among royal household personnel. The media coverage of the incident, carefully managed to balance public interest with security considerations, had strengthened public support for the royal family and appreciation for the dedication of security professionals who protected them. The revelation that such serious threats existed had increased public understanding of the challenges facing modern monarchies, while demonstrating the effectiveness of British security services in preventing harm to beloved public figures. The positive public response contributed to continued support for royal institutions and security funding. The legal precedents established through the prosecution of the conspiracy members provided stronger tools for addressing future threats against the royal family, while clarifying the serious criminal penalties associated with such activities. The court proceedings had demonstrated the sophistication of contemporary threats, while showcasing the effectiveness of law enforcement responses and the serious commitment to protecting constitutional institutions. The successful prosecutions contributed to deterrent effects while providing closure for all individuals affected by the crimes. Prince George's continued development and education included age-appropriate discussions about security awareness and personal safety that prepared him for future responsibilities while maintaining his childhood innocence and normal social development. The educational approach emphasized personal empowerment and situational awareness rather than fear or restriction, contributing to his growing understanding of royal responsibilities while preserving opportunities for normal experiences and relationships. The successful balance between protection and development provided a model for future royal education programs. The incident's impact on palace catering and hospitality services included comprehensive reviews of food safety protocols, supplier verification procedures, and staff supervision systems designed to prevent contamination or sabotage attempts. The enhanced security measures for food service reflected both lessons learned from the poisoning attempt and ongoing commitment to maintaining the highest safety standards in all aspects of royal hospitality. The improvements contributed to continued confidence in palace food service while maintaining the quality and presentation standards expected in royal settings. Queen Camilla's relationship with her step-grandchildren had been strengthened by the shared experience of the crisis and her protective response during the emergency. Her calm leadership and effective coordination with security personnel had demonstrated her commitment to their safety while maintaining the warm family atmosphere that characterized their time together. The deepened relationships contributed to continued positive family dynamics and successful navigation of the complex challenges associated with royal family life. The training programs developed from lessons learned during the incident became standard components of royal protection education, with Sarah's decision-making process and observational techniques serving as case studies for security personnel throughout the royal household system. The comprehensive analysis of the incident provided valuable insights into threat recognition, crisis response, and family protection strategies that influence security policies for years to come. The educational value of the experience contributed to ongoing improvement in royal protection capabilities. The ongoing monitoring of individuals connected to the conspiracy ensured that potential future threats were identified and addressed before they could develop into active dangers against royal family members. The intelligence gathering and analysis capabilities demonstrated during the investigation became permanent components of royal security operations, providing early warning systems for potential threats while maintaining appropriate respect for civil liberties and legal procedures. The balanced approach to security monitoring reflected both lessons learned and constitutional principles. The architectural and technological improvements implemented at royal residences following the incident included enhanced surveillance capabilities, improved access control systems, and upgraded emergency response equipment designed to address various types of potential threats. The physical security enhancements complemented human intelligence capabilities while providing additional layers of protection for royal family members during private activities and public engagements. The comprehensive approach to security infrastructure reflected both immediate lessons learned and long-term strategic planning. The psychological resilience demonstrated by all royal family members during and after the crisis had strengthened their ability to continue public duties and family activities despite awareness of ongoing security threats. The successful management of stress and trauma associated with the incident contributed to continued effectiveness in royal responsibilities while maintaining positive family relationships and public engagement. The emotional strength displayed by family members provided reassurance to the public and demonstration of their commitment to serving despite personal risks. As Sarah Mitchell continued her career in royal protection, the spring morning that had begun as routine family gathering remained a powerful reminder of the constant vigilance required to protect the royal family and the profound responsibility carried by security professionals entrusted with their safety. The successful prevention of tragedy through professional competence and personal dedication exemplified the highest standards of royal protection service while contributing to ongoing security improvements that would benefit future generations. The lasting impact of her actions extended far beyond the immediate crisis to influence royal protection policies and procedures for years to come. The incident's resolution had demonstrated that even the most sophisticated threats could be defeated through professional vigilance, effective training, and coordinated response capabilities, providing confidence in the ongoing security of royal family members while acknowledging the serious nature of contemporary challenges facing modern monarchies. The successful outcome represented triumph of preparation over malice and professional competence over criminal intent, contributing to continued public confidence in royal institutions and security services.